Hey gang, this is Jay from Homemade Heroes. I'm super pumped today to bring you something a little bit different as I found out about Lego's D&D minifigure series. This is going to be a really cool addition to the castle and D&D type minifigures that you can get, and personally I use Lego minifigures and Lego pieces in my home games and also in my solo role-playing videos, so I'm super stoked to get these when they come out on September 1st, and I want to take you through a quick look at them using the official images from the Lego website and just discussing them from the perspective of a Lego fan, but also from a D&D fan, as no shade on anyone else, but the videos I've seen so far are all kind of from a Lego perspective, and I think I have a little bit more background in D&D, so hopefully that'll add a little bit extra to this video. The thing that immediately jumps out to me are the great prints, how recognizable and iconic these figures are. Some of them are named characters, such as Zaz Tam or Tasha, and some of them are more generic figures from particular ancestries and particular classes that you could easily use as PCs in your game. So for example, you could use the Barbarian Dwarf in your game as one of the player characters. So let's go from left to right, top to bottom here, and take a look at each of the minifigures. On the bottom left, we have our Mind Flayer or Illithid with a Brain Devourer. This is very cool. You've got that nice purple colored skin. I really like the menacing look that the eyebrows and eyes give to this minifigure. It's a pretty simple black robe that the Mind Flayer is wearing, but I think that just makes the head all the more interesting as the colors really pop against that black. The next figure across is the Dwarf Barbarian holding the torch and the axe. The axe is a really interesting piece because I think that's a brand new piece, a brand new mold, and I'm really excited to get that and incorporate that into some of my games. She looks really cool. I love the fur ruff around her neck, and you can't see it in this image, but she has some great printing on her arms too. The third figure along should need no introduction to D&D fans, as this is Strahd von Zarovich, famous from the D&D book Curse of Strahd, as you can see right here. A fantastic adventure, one of D&D's best in my opinion. The Strahd minifigure has two faces. I think all of these have two faces, in fact. One which is kind of a sly smile, and the other which is Fang's beard. And comes with a reprint of a rat in black. It's usually in brown, but this is in black with the beady red eyes. A nice touch. The fourth figure along is an elven bard, and I really love the pink scarf and the white hair with the very pointed ears. The green kind of seafoam green top is also really nice, and most of these minifigures have dual molded legs, which is very cool. I believe that the Dwarven Barbarian doesn't because they have the shorter legs, but in a kind of a metallic sheen, which is new to those semi-short legs. So they're not the very shortest legs. They are hinged at the hip, but they're a bit shorter than the regular legs. Along the front here is a tiefling, very obviously. Has the tiefling horns and that kind of orange skin and the tail poking out from the back there. And I believe it's a tiefling sorcerer. They come with a little accessory which is kind of a bolt of energy. I saw somewhere that somebody thought that it was Eldritch Blast, but that would be a spell cast by warlocks, and so I'm not sure about that. It kind of tracks that. It does look like an Eldritch Blast could look, so I'm a little confused about that. Pop some comments down below and let me know what you think. But this little dragon that the sorcerer has is fantastic. A beautiful little red dragon. I believe there have been some other dragon molds this year, which is great for Lego and great for D&D Lego. But this one is very cool. I like the kind of seated position that it perches in. It would look very cool on the figure's hand. So moving up behind the tiefling, we have a dragonborn with golden dragon heritage. You could tell by the color of the golden skin. And I believe they are a paladin. They come with a shield. They come with a really nice new armor piece that is a new mold, I believe. It has some gilt edges and some print on it, along with an amazing new mace. That mace is just an awesome mold. It's got that clear head. It looks fantastic. Really looking forward to getting that in my hands. To the right of the Dragonborn is another named figure, Sas Tam, of more recent fame in the Honor Amongst Thieves Dungeons and Dragons movie that came out in 2023. So a lot of you will be familiar with him, even if you're not a big D&D fan. Perhaps you are now. So Sas Tam looks great. This is not like the best image of Sas Tam because you can't see his torso very well, but he has like a bony print on the torso, has that really and has a really cool clear trans red skull or head that he holds on his hand. I'm not sure what the significance of that is. So if there's somebody out there that is a bigger D&D fan than me and knows a lot about Sas Tam, please drop a comment down below and let me know what that's all about. To the right of Sas Tam is another more generic figure, is our halfling druid. And of particular note there is the kind of stag antlers that are coming out of the green hood that this figure is wearing. That's a very cool touch, and they come with a little bird. I think it's a new print, a new color, but I'm not sure. Maybe that's come out in a set before. So to the halflings right is the Aarakocra Ranger with what looks like a new mold for a bow. I really like that bow. Looks amazing. And they come with a little puppy, a little dog, which may be new, maybe not. I'm not sure about that. And I saw some comments about the Aarakocra looking a lot like some of the Chima winged characters. I can see that, but I think they've got a much more consistent look in the head. The Chima were wearing masks. They had a minifigure head and then a kind of a helmet or a mask that went over the top that was in the shape of the bird's head, whereas this is like a single piece. And so I think this looks much better than the Chima, to be honest, and I'm really happy with it. The wings are also really cool, but something that I also noted is that the wings do not articulate. They don't move, but they look very cool. I think they probably look better than the Chima wings. It's just unfortunate that they don't move. So now going up into the back row, we have the Githyanki Warlock. Now, I mentioned before that the Tiefling Sorcerer had that Eldritch Blast kind of piece in their hands. And I wonder whether this is just like a mix-up. Maybe Lego didn't realize that it's the Warlock that uses Eldritch Blast typically. I'm a little unsure about the Githyanki. I kind of had the sense that their skin was a little bit greener, and they've used the regular yellow minifig head here with some green markings under the eyes. The headpiece and the ears are cool, but I just wonder whether it should have been a light shade of green as opposed to yellow. I do love the staff that the Githyanki Warlock is wearing. That big eyeball, it looks amazing and is an interesting printed piece. There have been printed eyeballs like this before with Lego, but I think this is a brand new color with that purple around the pupil. Two more to go. We've got in the back corner there, the Lady of Pain. So the Lady of Pain is the ruler of Sigil, a city that lies between planes, a kind of a nexus city with multiple planes opening up to the city itself. And the Lady of Pain rules there with an iron fist. So best not to cross her. This is really cool. I'm kind of surprised that this is in this set, as although she is a well-known figure in D&D, I don't think she has quite the fame that some other named characters would have, such as Dritz Do'Urden or the wizard Elminster. So an interesting addition here. But the minifigure looks cool. That's a really amazing head mold that they've created, very intricate. And I really like the orange covered. I really like the orange color of their torso and legs. And they have a cool, interesting kind of robe or cape that flows down their back, which is not visible here in the picture. And finally, of course, we come to the witch Tasha, otherwise known as Igwilv, or from Prismere, she is known as Zybilna. So a woman of many names. I'm a little curious and confused here, as my understanding is that Tasha had black hair. I'm not sure about Igwilv, but I do know that Zybilna has a shock of long white hair that reaches down her back. So I'm not sure where the orange hair came from here. Perhaps an error, depending on the source material that the designers at LEGO were looking at. But it seems strange, as I'm sure that Wizards of the Coast would have had a strong hand in this design. So if you know something about Tasha having red hair, please let me know. And Tasha, of course, is famous from the D&D book, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, and a great book it is too. She is also known from some of the spells that are named after her, such as Tasha's Hideous Laughter and Tasha's Caustic Brew. Okay, that finishes our look at the different characters. Let's take a look at the box, because these are going to be coming in a blind box, which means that it's going to be challenging to collect all 12. I'm not sure about you, but as much as I like these minifigures, I'm not willing to shell out a bunch of money to try and get all 12 and end up getting a bunch of duplicates that I then have to figure out what to do with. Now, I'm going to be collecting these to use in my games, as well as displaying them when I'm not using them. But I don't really want, 10 of Tasha and 5 Dragonborn and so forth. Maybe a duplicate or 2 would be okay, but trying to get all 12, I suspect you're probably going to end up getting a lot more duplicates than 1 or 2. So what can we do about this? Under the box, there could be a dot matrix code or a QR code, which could be used to identify what's in the box. Now, you can get an app called Brick Search, and Brick Search enables you to scan this code and find out what minifigure is in there. This means that you don't need to buy extras unless you want them, and you're able to go in and get hopefully all 12, although you might have to go to a few shops to find the full dozen, but you'll be able to get them without spending a bunch of extra money. The other way that you could get all 12 is on eBay. There are sellers on eBay that specialize in buying these collectible minifigures in bulk and then sorting them into full sets and selling them. So if you go onto eBay right now, you could buy a full set of the D&D minifigures, and they would not come until probably sometime in September, because they're not being released until the 1st of September. So you would have to wait until then, but you would get the full set for a bit more than you would pay if you were locating them and buying them yourself from a store. But I honestly think the best option here is downloading Brick Search. It's a free app, and then going to a few stores, scanning the code on the bottom. If that code is on the bottom, as I haven't seen the bottom of these boxes, I know that it's been there on previous collectible minifigure series since LEGO moved from the blind foil bag to the blind box, but hopefully it's there, and we'll all be able to get our full set by using the app. Thanks so much for watching today, folks. Hopefully that was useful. I know that's a little bit different from me, as I'm usually doing solo role-playing with LEGO minifigures, but thanks for being here, and farewell for now.